Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at your current karmic cycle, and I'm just going to allow the energies to guide the reading here. So aligning to your guys' energy. I heard you've got a lot of inner beauty. And what I saw was a cheetah or a leopard. So you've been learning about the importance of your persistence and your determination. I think you've also been learning about the power of your own application of action. So you guys have probably been practicing more in your own skill sets and identifying who it is that you truly are at an authentic level. Learning what holds value to you and applying your action or energy to the things that you deem as important to you in the most appropriate ways. I think you've spent a lot of time gaining perspective over the things it is that you wanted and created distance with things that prevented you from achievement, and created boundaries with other things that you knew you weren't, I don't know, good for, or things that weren't reflective of who it is that you've come to discover yourself to be. It's like you've set order in different areas of your life to help you feel like your life is more reflective of who it is that you truly are. So I think that you've been working on creating a lot of domestic harmony within your environments, within yourselves, and within your extended connections and relationships. And I think you've been looking at what has potential to bloom into something better. So that's your current position in life I see here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the karmic cycle that you guys might have found yourself currently in. So the card that came out here was lead the way, be a leader, show others how it's done, and you can help others. So the karmic cycle that you guys are moving into is self-mastery over your self-awareness in this present time and phase or life cycle. So what you're really walking into is a time where you have the power to build what it is that you set your focus to. You know, what you grant power to, what you grant meaning to. It's kind of just re-clarifying what I was saying in the channeled message. See, the thing about you, pile number one, is that you guys lead through you being yourself. You inspire others to want to discover more depth and more truth to themselves, to gain a better understanding of who they are, how they work, how they can bring their best versions of self forward into their world, and how it is that they can use their talents and their skills or their gift sets to the best of their abilities to create the best possible outcomes and share their goodness with other people outside of them. You're very good at understanding and seeing how people's unique talents or skill sets can be used and applied into like group settings, teamwork dynamics, into things like collaboration. And you're very good at helping people to understand that everyone has a reason to stand out, everyone has a reason to shine, everyone has an individual uniqueness about them which makes them divine, and you kind of inspire other people outside of you to find this within themselves. And that's the current karmic cycle that you have been entering into. So I also hear that you guys might have felt like you were alone for quite some time, or like you guys feel like you're having to take a stance on your own, and yes, that's true. You guys will feel alone because a lot of people are looking up to you. At least the people that you have around you and the connections that you share with others, a lot of them respect you. A lot of them want to be around you to learn from you. People find your perspective of the world very, very unique. You living in your truth and you living in your vulnerability and being comfortable with this helps you to make sense of what other people think is useless, which it isn't. You're very good at seeing the value in the things that people overlook or undervalue, underappreciate, and deem like impossible. You're very good at helping people to condition a pathway that will help make the impossible possible. So what is the karmic cycle that my pile number 1 is in? So we have law is not justice. And we also have, you can't go back to yesterday, being in the present, number 44. So I see here that you guys are moving into a cycle of self-reflection where you haven't, no, sorry, I just got recorrected. You guys are entering into a karmic cycle where you start to question what is true to you and what is not. What is reflective of your true authenticity and what is not. This is talking about you sticking up for yourself in situations that, in situations where your self-respect is being required, and calling out what doesn't make sense, asking the necessary questions, and even standing up to people of like power, prestige, authority, people who have like important roles. Yeah, I think you guys have brought up questions or revealed certain things that people need to think more about, reflect on more, question themselves about. You inspire self-reflection within the people that connect to you. And you naturally do this because you're so reflective of and on yourself. You introduce people to new depths and new ways of thinking, new ways of processing, new ways of accessing themselves. But the thing is, with you doing this for other people, it all stems from you doing it for yourself, which has then reflected through you to the people outside of you, you see. And that's why your guides are suggesting that you keep all your focus here in the now, in the present, on who it is that you are, how it is that you can welcome the best versions of yourself that you're aware of to your everyday life. And the way your best version of self wishes to express itself in a way that you will be consciously aware of, is it wants to call out BS, like things that don't make sense, things that are confusing, things that are manipulative, things that are conditioned, that aren't real. I also see some of you guys highlighting ideals that people are building, but they're building it for other people outside of them, and they're not seeing how what they're building they're a slave to, because it's not in service of themselves, it's not in service of their people, it's not in service of anything good. It's more just something that was commanded of them by an outside force that they believe they have to listen to. So it's almost like you are redirecting people unintentionally through you being yourself. And it's really quite that straightforward. You're choosing who it is that you want to be. You're being truthful to yourself. You're being honest about the things that don't make sense. And you're paying attention to what is happening in the now, which is making you see things very, very clearly. And this is why people look up to you, because you see things clearly and you call them out. And that makes people be like, you're actually right. And then they come towards you and they listen to you more and learn about you more. And it inspires them. Okay, so let's take a look at how it is that this karma has been affecting your life. We have the dark mysteries, entering the chamber of the dark goddess. You've been discovering more things that you once were unaware of about yourself. You've been entering into the shadows of yourself and been learning more about your untapped potential, your capabilities, what you use within yourself to hold yourself back from pursuing these potentials. And you've been creating the distance between what is healthy, what is unhealthy, the impact you can create and the impact that is created on you. You're learning the duality of things, like you're seeing the internal and the external, and you're becoming aware of how it is that you're contributing to these two aspects or dimensions of your reality. And a lot of questions are being answered. You're having a lot of self-realizations, which is elevating you. I just heard elevating your vibration, because you're advancing within your intellect and with also your awareness of self. Yeah, which is the key of life, spinning the ink, the key of life, which is upgrading you. It's just confirming what I said. You're bringing balance to yourself because you're growing in understanding of who it is that you are and how you best operate in your everyday life. Let's see. How has this karma affected my pile number ones personally? We have power over 7 scorpions, the power to conjure lower vibrational forces. So you guys, within yourself, the karma has taught you how to recognize the truth within other people, how to heal certain things that most people are affected by subconsciously, how to bring things to the awareness and bring order and bring, clarity. You introduce awakenings to people outside of you just through you being yourself, because when you operate in your unique individuality, you bring an essence of yourself into the world that no one else can repeat authentically. And this is your most effortless way of living in your purpose. And you teach this to people outside of you. You help protect people of things that they need to become aware of that could grow into bigger threats. And you help people to recognize where it is that they have diverted away from their authentic truth. And you help lead them back to their own innocence, their own inner child. You help give them modalities, practices, insight, knowledge about what it takes to heal themselves, grow, upgrade, and stay true to stay true and be in your power. This is just confirming what I was saying. You lead people back to the homes of themselves. You purify them of their misunderstandings, their confusions, the manipulations that they might have been corrupted by. You help redirect their focuses. And this is how it's affected you, because it's like it's all very similar. What you have internally experienced, you live so truthfully too that you recreate that outside of you. And that's an amazing thing to be able to do. It's something that a lot of people struggle to be in alignment with, because it's the alignment of flow. You're co-creating alongside your universal connection. The creator that is inside of you is working in alignment to the rest of the other alignments that support the energy. You see what I'm saying? Maybe not. The Lunar Queen, she is a celestial crescent. Yeah. You guys have completed a way of experiencing your own self-evolution at a certain phase of your awareness. So you've mastered a certain thing that you know about yourself, and now you're learning more about yourself that is ready to be mastered next. It's like the last thing you mastered gave you the key to open the next door to the next thing that you're ready to master, that will then give you the key to the next door of the next thing you're ready to master, because you're ever evolving in your talents, in your skills, in your awareness of self. The more you grow, the more you do, the more you experience, the more you expand, which gives you the ability to ever be learning about yourself. And this is how you've been affected by the karma. You've come to these realizations, you're integrating these understandings, and you're learning to see how life is a lesson. It's an academy, it's a playground. Yeah, okay, so the next placement is supposed to be advice that would help you to heal the karma, but the karma here that I sense is good karma. It's building you because of how much you've built outside of you, how your intentions are going to be reflected back to you in this karmic cycle. So what is the soul lesson overall? You're learning your ability to strategize to build the life it is that you wish to live in. And you're learning what works and what doesn't, what versions of yourself are best to bring to this life that you are building, and what versions of yourself are ready to be at rest, or to be let go of, or to be outgrown. And that is the soul lesson. So additional messages for you moving forward. What is it that pile number one should continue to do? Continue to embrace your leadership ability, but know that you're always one to unity. You know what I'm saying? moving forward, a big focus of yours is going to be on family. It's going to be on alignment with people who also reflect you well, your morals, your principles, your virtues, your goals, your ambitions, your understandings and perspectives, your beliefs, your faith. You know what I'm saying? Things that are meaningful to who it is that you are, not what it is that you can do. Spirit is also encouraging you to move forward with what it is that you believe in and continue to believe in yourself and continue to stay grounded in your own self-awareness, because that will keep you in your present. That's what keeps you grounded. Being aware of yourself, what it is that you can bring to the table, and also the impact you can create is what grants you insight into what it is that you're building for the future. You see? It gives you clear insight, clear, precise direction. You are your guide in this situation. Everything that operates internal to you, that is true to you, is your guide. Your intuition and your internal, or your feminine, is very much in very good alignment. So I would say definitely listen to yourself, definitely trust yourself. And yeah, that will lead you to where it is that you are wanting to go and help you to keep attracting in positive energy that will support this karma into full bloom. So those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so very much for stopping by. I hope this has found you well and has brought you positive service. With all that being said, until next time, see you later, guys. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm going to be taking a look at your current karmic cycle. So first of all, we're going to tap into your current position in life, which is represented by this card here. This is talking about you getting attuned to your inner instincts or your inner senses, becoming aware of your senses and growing and expanding, and how it is that your senses reflect your natural connection to the elements, is what I just heard. So if you're not aware, I would definitely go and look into the wisdom of the elements. If you punch into Uncle Google, the spiritual meaning of the elements, it should pop up. It should be very available there. Otherwise, you know, just a quick summary. The water element represents your emotions. Your fire element represents your energy, your ambitions, your creativity. Your air element is your beliefs, your mental space, the astral. The earth is your body, matter, your your practical realm, what you see outside of you. And did I say bodily health? So I don't know, there's a message here that the karmic cycle, or at least where you're standing in life and how it is that you're aware, you're growing an awareness of how it is that you are nature and nature is you. You're learning more about your essence of self, your emotions, your ambitions, your energy. You know what I'm saying? You're also bringing an end to a way it was that you were once perceiving growth. I don't know, perhaps there was an area of life you were trying to expand in, and you kept meeting a dead end. And you've come to a final realization of clarity that has revealed to you something about something that you're wanting to leave behind, that you're no longer wanting to invest yourself in. And if you haven't become aware of it yet, you're about to, within the next week, I would say, to 10 days, week to 10 days, I just heard. All right, let's take a look. What is the current position of those who are viewing pile number 2, please? So you're learning how everyone has a personal connection to spirituality, and you're learning to accept that, I want to say. Everyone has a personal experience, relation, belief, perspective of life. And you're going to be recognizing in this time how different things can be perceived but still equate to the same thing. So you're learning to differentiate what belongs to you, what doesn't, what perspectives are yours, what beliefs are yours, what practices are yours, and what things you have consumed that you then adopted and mistaked as your own and built around that understanding. And what you're doing, I believe, is kind of cleansing yourself of what doesn't belong to you. There's a seriousness that you've probably adopted in order to try and weed out what you feel is missing, what you feel is wrong, what you feel is off. Trying to build boundaries and disconnect from connections that were leading you to a space where you feel lost, is what I heard in the present time. And what you're really doing is learning to trust within your instincts. You're learning to advise yourself and trust within yourself, which is building your confidence and lessening your fear. Is strengthening your pursuit towards abundance. And abundance isn't prosperity. Everyone, you know, anyone who's followed my work knows that to me, abundance is everything good. And the ability to expand or further make goodness out of goodness. Does that make sense? I don't know the word. But yeah, I see here that you're just learning to trust yourself. You're gaining confidence within this right now, and you're learning what it means to become fearless within this time by learning more about yourself, by relating more to yourself, by listening more to yourself, and allowing you to guide you, which is most important. So let's take a look at the karmic cycle that you guys are currently in. So the karma you guys are prosperity. The karma that you guys are currently learning about is what it means to give and get. The law of cause and effect. This is learning what it means to give your best to then receive the best out of what you've given. What it means to grow something in the best possible way, or contribute your best possible version of self in the way that you see best applicable at the time, or best possible at the time to achieve. You're learning what it means to have gratitude for all that is good, so that you can further expand on that goodness. And that is the karma that you're about to move into. You're going to start to see things in a very opposite way to what you once had. And this is going to be because there's an attraction that will grab your attention over the next 30 days within this karmic cycle. And it's going to change your perspective. So the way that you view prosperity right now is going to change greatly. Now, prosperity is all about money, success, achievement, application of what it is that you already know, to then get what it is that you think that you might want. But that's what I see transforming here, because with 35, that reduces down to the number 8. And 8 is all about death, transformation, and renewal. So, yeah, your value for things are going to be changing, deepening, or evolving, and your perspective of prosperity is going to evolve into a deeper thing. What is the karma for those who have come to view pile number 2? Yeah, you're going to learn what it means to take action towards building the prosperity it is that you wish to experience as well. So, for example, if there's a dream that you have, or like a skill or a talent or something that you wish to pursue, you're being guided to do so, and how to take appropriate action towards these things. 8 and number 3. So you're going to be finding direction and guidance through communication from someone outside of you. They're going to independently come towards you with either an opportunity, this is just for some of you, an opportunity that's going to lead you to prosperity, and it's going to require a new version of yourself. For others of you, I see within this karma, over the next 30 days, you guys are going to hear about communication to do with like someone who is needed within a situation, an experienced person that has certain sorts of outlooks, perspectives, and wisdoms about certain topics. And like, you might be called to be in the spotlight. And that's going to help you to learn more about this karma. Prosperity is you, pile number 2. This is where your perspective is going to be shifting most of all. You are the value that then attracts in what you deem to have physical value, because you recreate that. You get me? That's the karma. Alright. So what is it? No. How is it that this karma has been affecting your life? It's been leading you to want to heal your perspective of self. Because healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. Divine means unique, special to you, rare, personally understood, which means everyone's understanding or need for healing has been different, but that's what's been unlocking this new pathway moving forward. So really what you need to hear from what I am hearing is that you guys have already been on the right path. You guys have already been listening very well. You guys have already been working really, really hard. And I want to validate that for you. You're going to start to see and reap the benefits of the hard work that you've already put in. And that's what this card is saying here. You're already healing. You've already done the hardest parts of the work. Soon you're about to emerge into a new way, which will motivate you moving forward. All right. So what is the soul lesson? If you see me staring off, I'm just looking out my window at the clouds. Helps me to meditate sometimes. All right. So what is the soul lesson to resolve the karma or any challenges that might arise over the next 30 days within this cycle that they need to become aware of? Love. Love. What I hear here is that the thing that you can draw strength from to resolve this karma or any challenges that you might feel you are being met by is to provide the best forms of your compassion where you see necessary and best fit. Prioritize kindness. Prioritize support of self to then prioritize the best types of support that you can provide for others outside of you. You want to give out what it is that you want to receive and want to build in your life. Reflect all it is that you feel it is that you need, and you will see it come in. It might not happen immediately, and if it doesn't happen immediately, it's teaching you something about yourself, developing a certain perspective or undoing to rebuild a certain belief. Something that needs to be disciplined within your emotions or your nervous system. So if you meet stagnancy, that's why there's a lesson that you're learning about yourself that needs to be acknowledged, so that the wisdom you gain from going through that self work can then be understood to be applied in your everyday life. That will then lead you to the heart's direction or the heart's guidance, the desires it is that you wish to receive. For some of you, if you guys are looking for love, you need to heal from your past relationships first before you move on, because if you can't heal right now from your past, you will re-manifest your past, or you will use your past to punish the one that you will attract in. Does that make sense? And that's why you've felt halted from experiencing the best sorts of love, because your understanding of love is still evolving, and it still has yet to be illuminated for you to fully perceive what sorts of love you are good for, what sorts of love you wish to receive, what sort of loves are unhealthy, and what sort of love is love. Does that make sense? So advice for you guys moving forward is directed by Spirit in service of the highest and greatest good of all who come to view this pile. Trust within what is mirroring outside of you. It will reveal to you what needs focus within or what needs acknowledged within, because then you will know how to redirect it outside of you. You reveal the truth to yourself. You are very intuitive. I think you guys work with divination in itself. You guys might give prophecy. But what this is advising is moving forward, you pay attention to your triggers, because they will give you the next steps of what needs to be acknowledged, fixed, bettered, or what is ready to be acknowledged. And from there you will be given the clarity it is that you need to then reflect on what needs to be done, what it's teaching you, how it's going to move you forward. And then you will choose consciously how to apply that in your life, you know. And if you follow this advice, what you'll find is abundance. It will start to manifest outside of you. There is nothing that you will have to intentionally do. There is nothing that you will have to control. You're just moving through your life. Being yourself will be the best way to attract in your the achievement of your goals, is what I just heard. I hope this shit is making sense, because it don't make sense to me right now. But we have the Elephant. Obstacles are going to be drifting away from you the more that you reflect in on yourself and what you're contributing. Fears, problems, things like that won't have effect on you, because you'll be in complete control of yourself, which means you know what you can do to achieve what it is that you want, and there will be no stopping you, is what I just heard. So those are the messages that I have for you today. I hope this has found you well and has come of positive service. But with all that being said, until next time, see you later, guys. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at your current personal karmic cycle. So what is your current position in life? I just saw magenta. You guys are seeing past illusions. I think these are illusions outside of you, pile number 3. Have you been working out delusions that are either shared by a large collective, or like things that you were once delusioned by? Like that's how you came to feel. You felt like you were delusional to something, or like something appeared one way but it was actually another, and it made you double question things. I don't know. 2 seconds before I touch the cards that came out here. What is this that I'm picking up on? Allies. So people that you thought were for you, who turned out to be against you. There could also be a corrupted far out philanthropist. There we go. Someone like a spiritual leader or something. Perhaps you're starting to call someone out on their ish. I don't know. It's like you're starting to see what's real and what's not, or like discerning what's fake and what's, I don't know. There's something here. There's someone who's in some form of ethical religion and it's not making sense. Something's not adding up. It's either someone's fake and a phony and they're pumping out delusions and like delusionating other people, and it's like you have come to a stance of questioning these things and being like, wait, like what does this mean? And then they can't answer you, and then they get all defensive and like argumentative and hostile, and you're like, whoa, calm down. Why are you so defensive? Is it because you don't know what you're on about? Like that's what I'm getting. This is what the energy is giving. Anyways, taking a look at the other cards that are here, I see that there is something that you guys have been putting a lot of effort into, and it's something that you've committed to for a long period of time. There's something here where you feel like you're in an urgent rush, or there's something that needs to be seen to quickly, because there's been an adoption of a new perspective that has expanded or advanced your ability to understand something, achieve something, or like change something immensely, directly, and very, very quickly. There's something that needs to be articulated that you haven't said that would change the course of everything. And I don't know what that thing is, but it's whatever you've been keeping in that you know you need to admit, or you know you need to say and share. This could be information, this could be an apology, something as simple as an apology, all the way to like soul wisdom that you know would be a catalyst for heaps of people, or would be helpful for heaps of people, or an extended family or something like that, you know. What is their current position in life, their focus, their efforts, their feelings? I've already said your feelings. Okay. Well, then your energy. Thank you. So within your mind, you guys have woken up to something, a huge realization, something that has re-invoked your hope, re-invoked your inspiration, re-invoked your willingness to grow, because you're starting to see that there's something that you need to learn, something that you need to look into or discover the purpose of behind certain things that keep re-manifesting. And it's like with you realizing these patterns that keep manifesting, that's affecting people more than just yourself, you're learning how to recreate a new direction, recreate a new way of like reshaping something, wording something, understanding something that would actually be really impactful. Though this realization might seem minor to you, it's actually really huge. Anyways, that's where you're at currently in life. So we're going to tap in to taking a look at what your current karmic cycle is. So the current karma that you are going through right now is you recognizing where it is that you haven't been comfortable in your life and in your environment, and coming to the acknowledgement that there is more to life than what you have become used to or what you have been experiencing, and you're yearning to explore how it is that life wishes to be. Like, there are different dimensions to existence that you haven't experienced and that you might not even be aware of right now. But there is a yearning for growth here, and the only way that you can grow is to venture into the things that are unknown to you, so that you can gain a higher perspective. Because I got this bird highlighted, and then the world behind the statue, which is telling me like there are other areas, fields, and ways that you have yet to explore. And what you'll find is that a lot of skill sets, talents, and advancements within yourself won't come to show itself until you have the ability to activate that within yourself by having a reason to. Does that make sense? The first step that you guys can take is by recognizing where it is that you're feeling discouraged or undervalued by the people around you. What sorts of influences do you have in your life that you consume and adopt that affects you and represses or dulls or shapes the way it is that you understand yourself? Who are the people in your lives that you have been consuming so much of their perspectives of? I think these are the sorts of people that you need to just set a little bit of a boundary with for now. And this is a boundary within yourself so that you can get a clear perception of what you are wanting with the number 11 here and with the number 1 here. This is talking about you knowing what it is that you want so that you can align to what it is that you want to create the change it is that you need. With the number 8. And with you discovering and embodying this karma and going through this karma, what you're learning is how to reinvent yourself to reflect who it is that you really are and who it is that you come to discover yourself to be. You're breaking outside of conditions, limitations that have been attached to you, and substructures or archetypes and beliefs that you have within you that has prevented you from exploring truths that exist outside of the limits you've set, from what I'm getting here. What is the karma? Just a further clarification. Yeah, there's going to be a huge change within the things that have been highlighted here. And you are going to, if you don't want to undertake change, what's going to happen is that you're going to be put into a state of emergency for change. So for example, if you know you have debt that you need to be paying and you're not paying it off, you're going to get like, I don't know, a letter or like a warning to pay it, or something bad is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? These are like small things that lead to major changes that you're going to see that might have slipped your attention prior to now, and that's a karmic cycle you're going to move into. Things that are important that you didn't think were important to begin with are going to come back up, and you're going to be seeing a different kind of understanding to it. Okay, so let's have a look at how this karma has been affecting your life. Oh, okay. I don't know. There's something here like exhaustion, feeling drained, feeling almost, there's like a hopelessness here. Perhaps you felt like you had no influence or control over your life. And I feel like that is going to be changing because the true you is going to be blossoming, which is giving you the empowerment, the courage, the confidence and the esteem it is that you need to move forward with conviction. So I also heard that another karmic thing that you're going to see take place for you is play. I saw it in white words and it grew. So that's telling me that you need to prioritize what brings you joy, because this is how you're going to personally and independently invoke positive energy within you and around you. Oh shit. Spiritual work of the higher initiate, that talks about you independently controlling your vibration and your frequency through your focus. You guys are going to come into a mastership over this, like mastering this wisdom, this ability, this idea, this philosophy, this understanding. And I don't know, you're going to be using it to create change in your life that is going to lead you to more positive outcomes, more fulfilling things, and you're going to kind of validate yourself, really, for all it is that you felt misunderstood for or rejected for. Okay, so what is the soul lesson that's available in this for them that will help them? You're no longer going to be answering to things that you thought you wanted, ways of being that you wish you wanted to be, versions of yourself you would have hoped to have become. You're letting go of all these sorts of things, these expectations of yourselves, these expectations of others, and you're kind of cleaning your slate so that you can be the best version of who it is that you are, because that's more than good enough. That's better than who it is that you thought you wanted to be, quite literally, because that is where your true power is, that is where your true magic is, that is where your divinity lays. And that's what the cards are saying, which is kind of a repeating message, but it's been expressed in 3 different ways. Yeah, you following who it is that you truly are is what is going to lead you to success, to achievement, to value, to good things, to security, stability, structure, foundation, and it will create more channels of money, opportunity, possibility, potential. And it will be your choice that grants these sorts of things permission. And it's your choice of how you're going to harness these awarenesses to make the best out of what is revealed to you. I'm sorry if I'm talking like I'm crazy. I don't know if this is making sense, so I hope I'm connected to you guys properly, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is saying. You're also going to be finding out people who were in secret competition to you. That's another soul lesson of yours, learning what jealousy is. This could be jealousy from the past that you have felt, or jealousy from others that have been affecting your way of experiencing your potential in your life. Yeah. With Gabriel and Uriel coming out here, you guys are going to be gaining higher wisdoms and perspectives, or guidances, understandings, enlightenment about things to do with who it is that you are, what has been holding you back, what will encourage you moving forward, what it is that you need to prioritize your needs, what goodness you can bring. And that's going to come as a result of realizations and understandings you gain about yourself, where it is that you can best thrive in your world, and what areas of life welcome the best versions of yourself so that you can use your best versions of self to prosper. That is the soul lesson. Okay, so what is the advice for you guys moving forward? What are you being encouraged to continue to do to make the best out of this karmic phase? Focus in on your creative ability. Understand that you are everything it is that you need, and all the resources you could possibly need is inside of you. You are your value. You are your ability. It is your choice that commands what happens. It is your actions that can contribute to the outcomes that you come to see and find. Also continue to express yourself exactly as you are, and become comfortable with yourself and your abilities, because this will help you to see the true gift behind who it is that you are, accepting yourself as you are, and asking yourself, is there more potential to the goodness that you are that you are not embracing. Reflect in on these things and see how it is that you can use your talents, your skills, your awareness of self in better ways that can expand you, and in ways that you can then move forward knowing how to apply it in collaboration with others in the best possible way. Does that make sense? Like, what types of people are complementary to your unique skill sets? How can you be complementary to others outside of you? What is the goal? What is the ambition? What are you wanting to achieve? What are you wanting to build? This will give you the direction that you need when you feel like you are facing challenges. What is in service of the highest and greatest good of all those involved? If you ask this question, this will set the intention and the focus into a stance of reflection that will help you to see through multiple dimensions of perspective behind the reality of what your choices can create and impact on others. Does that make sense? So those are the messages that I have for you today. Pile number 3, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this has come a positive service to you. But with all that being said, until next time, bye. Hello, pile number 4, welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at your current karmic cycle or pattern that you guys have found yourself in. So, and if you're not in it yet, you guys could come to find yourself in these cycles. So for pile number 4, please, guides, guardians, universe, tapping in and aligning to your energy. Oh, I need to sneeze. Please don't. And that card that fell, that was my bad. So let's take a look at your current position here. You guys have been working on your receptivity. You guys have been growing an awareness of what it is that you guys have been witnessing outside of you. What is your current position, please, pile number 4, in life? We have investigated, collecting information. That's why you're observant right now. So I think you guys are taking time out to pause and think and evaluate or assess and analyze before taking action in your life. You guys might be feeling a little bit cautious, more cautious than normal. And that's because it's almost like you feel like you're waiting for something to happen. That's what I'm picking up here in the energy. And the card that came out is Be a Leader. You're waiting for someone else outside of you to take independent action to build the way forward, but they're not going to. Number 4, you're the person. You are that person who's building the way forward. What is it that you're waiting for? Because I don't know what that song is. But that's the question that you're being called to reflect on right now. Current position in life. For a while now, you've been looking to be what other people want you to be. You've been looking to and for answers to become what you already inherently know you are. You know what I mean? And the thing is, you don't need permission to be who it is that you are. You don't need permission to follow the pathway that is best for yourself. Because you see, the thing here, pile number 4, there's a fine line between selfishness and then undertaking a path that will lead you to your best version of self to then share that with others. And that's a distinction you're coming to recognize right now, you know. So you're starting to see how short life really is. You've been having a lot of realizations. You've been focusing in on a lot of different things. And you've been spending more time becoming more personal with yourself. Instead of personalizing things outside of you. It's more like you're witness to what's going on around you. You're very observant. So you're very aware of your environment that surrounds you. Which is granting you the ability to feel like it's time to reflect on yourself. Because you're aware of everything else. What you've lost touch with is your desires and your needs with I want to be queen, stating your sovereignty. And that's your current position in life. So let's go ahead and take a look at the karmic cycle that you are in or entering into. We have water and intuition. You're becoming more emotionally intelligent, and it's helping you to discipline your empathy, your clairsentience, your relatability to others, or the way it is that you personalize projected energy. You're helping to make distinctions between what energy belongs to you, what emotions are yours, what emotions are influenced within you, manipulation tactics outside of you that can invoke these certain feelings that then motivate people towards impulses, actions, things like that. You're starting to understand more as well what overwhelms you, what encourages you, what invokes certain emotions that you are going to be able to identify solidly, clearly, and appropriately moving forward because of the karmic cycle you are going to be entering in. So you're going to be learning a lot about yourself and growing and advancing and making rapid improvements through paying attention to the truth of your raw emotions, because it's working as a guide for you right now, and it's revealing to you why you're struggling right now to reach your goals, and that's the karma. Recognizing what holds you back so that you can focus in on that, target it, and get it out the way. And what you're going to be doing while you're targeting it is extracting the wisdom that it has to offer you, which is the gift, because it's the wisdom that lasts forever, not the physical results that we see outside of us. Does that make sense? Okay. So with this wisdom that will come forward, this emotional advancement within yourself, this awareness of your empathy or your clairsentience, and your ability to sense the truth or the hidden influences and motivations, the intentions and agendas of others, you're going to know what then needs to be nurtured to be then developed to heal yourself, heal others. This is aiding you in your healing abilities and you mastering what it is that you have to offer, what you have to serve the world around you. You're discovering more about your own psychic abilities, your psychic sensitivities, your gifts, and your unique purpose, really, because it's a contribution of your own that you're going to be servicing to the world around you. So I think you guys could even be very much focused on your spiritual careers. For some of you, it's just solving emotional turmoil that you guys might have been suffering with from the past here, and using that to overcome fear that you might have had that had been subconsciously blocking you from making progress or taking steps towards creating new beginnings in your life, because your fear was making you avoid comfortability in your own intimacy with vulnerability of self. So how is this karma affecting you in your life? See, now this is going to be a little bit difficult to explain, so please bear with me, and I'm picking this up in the energy as well. So for some of you, you guys have been working on releasing shame around your best versions of self. The shame that you held of your capability or untapped potential is what has been holding you back, that you're being invited to let go of. And what you're going to be seeing instead is the value behind the unpleasant, and using the value in your karmic cycle of mastering your empathy and mastering your clairsentience and understanding that life happens for us, and you're learning how life has always been happening for you, which is helping you to heal things that had held you back from moving into a new version of self, or feeling like spiritually you're expanding, you know? Maybe I'm not connected, right? How's this karma affecting those in pile number 4? We have stability, and we also have magician. So I think I get it. How this has been affecting you the most is it's been affecting your goals, what because there is no goal really. It's just like you've been wanting to learn about something, but the thing is you've got to set a goal of where it is that you're going so that you can proceed forward learning, because you know what you're working towards. So there's an invitation here to learn about what it is that you really want, so that you can build a vision for yourself to then start to create toward. And for a while now, you have been blocked off from building this security, this stability, either within knowing your psychic abilities or knowing how you can use your awareness of self, your awareness of desire, your awareness of motivation to then build the thing that's been most on your focus, most on your mind, most on your desires. This is what is going to be shaking up pretty much immediately, because all of this is taking as permission from yourself, and the permission that is needed is the goal, is the ambition, is the where is it that you want to be in a year from now. How is it that you wish to be operating through your psychic abilities in a year from now? And that's what's going to help you to strategize towards mastering your intuition, mastering your spiritual abilities, mastering your healing abilities, or at least mastering the philosophy of the psyche or an emotional something situation that has been hugely impactful on you. So it could be all of those things that I just highlighted, or it could be a separate individual thing that will be different for each of you. Does that make sense? Okay, so I just heard Wairua, which is another word for spirit, say that we are proud for you. Switch up the attitude that you use towards yourself. I think you guys grow increasingly in frustration with yourself when you don't feel like you're making steps. And the reason why you don't feel like you're making them is because you can't see them outside of you, but you will feel them first. You will recognize them within your shift of attitude, behavior, perspective, which leads to belief, which then affects feeling and impulse, drive. You see? So you're getting much more closer with your feminine energy here, pile number 4. And I think that's beautiful. So what is the soul lesson within the karma that you guys are going through right now? The soul lesson is you learning the sacredness of what takes place around you. You're starting to recognize once again how it is that life is for you rather than against you. You're seeing how everything has grown you and the value of things that contribute to growth. Does that make sense? Because with she glides on wings through time and space, this is you becoming enlightened to what things are around you through you understanding yourself. Let me just re-clarify. Rest and rejuvenate. So you're returning to the simplicity of life, and this is where you're recognizing true connection, true sacredness. Because if you can see this card here, it's got the number 19 at the top, and that reduces down to 10, which reduces down to 1. So that means you're coming to the end of a way of being to then pursue a new way of being, though you are still yourself. You're looking at things differently because you have an evolved understanding, and it's teaching you how to use your evolved understanding in the best possible way, and that's what the energy is encouraging around you right now. Additional message from Spirit. What is it that you're trying to say here? What can I expect? This is what is opening you up to new possibilities within your life, and it will help you to break outside of what has once confined you, because you are giving permission to change yourself through changing your perspective and your understanding, or your want to understand things outside of you, the untapped potential of yourself and the world around you. All right, so what is it that you would encourage pile number 4 to continue to do moving forward, please? All the things that you have been in avoidance of yourself, the concealed truths it is that you hold that you don't wear or display around you. Start to reflect deeper in on these things and ask yourself, what is the polarity that's available in this situation? What is the goodness that is available in the bad, which is usually a lesson? What is the bad things that are available in the good, which is usually found in the impact that can created on others outside of you. This will give you the perspective that you're looking for to create a new direction moving forward that will help you to expand yourself towards achievement. Yeah. This will help you to feel like what you are doing is also good for you and for others around you. You'll be able to build understanding around you and build something from the ground up is what I just heard. That is in the destiny of the karmic cycle ahead of you. There is still untapped mastery within you. You have the ability to see the insignificant, the overlooked, the undervalued, and turn these things into something magnificent. I heard the Midas touch. You guys have the ability to create something out of nothing, and that's what's being told here. Kind of like the oyster, you know, with the pearls. They take like grains of sand and the particles in the water, the nothing, and then they turn it into beautiful things that we then use for jewelry. You know, but that's the truth. So yeah, something that you once saw as insignificant is going to become your greatest strength and your greatest motivation, your greatest purpose, your greatest power moving forward. And that's what you're being encouraged to discover about yourself and unlock within yourself. Get to know yourself more, and it will lead you to a place of feeling like you've made the growth it was that you needed to get to where it is that you wanted to be and to become who it is that you wanted to become. It will also make you feel like there is still more wonderment in life that you have yet to discover. And as you walk down this path of learning about yourself, your intelligence is going to advance and evolve, and you're going to learn more about regeneration and healing abilities, healing methods, practices, and talents that you have. Additional message before I close this reading for pile number 4. Health. This is just talking about healing again. For some of you, you guys would benefit looking into metaphysical law, metaphysical associations to bodily effects. So if you look into metaphysical law of pain in the body, I don't know, it's going to expand your understanding of healing. For others of you, if you guys are wanting to delve into your healing abilities, things like Reiki, Qigong, intention healing, color healing, looking into the philosophies behind healing culturally and historically will help to expand you and help you to discover or reinvent a way that is personal to you, that will help you to embrace your skill sets, to then find a way that is ideal for you to express these things outside of you. I don't know. Yeah, new beginnings. Yeah. So those are the messages I have for you today. Pile number 4. Thank you so very much for stopping by. I hope this has come a positive service to you. I hope it has also found you well. But with all that being said, until next time, see you later, guys. Bye.